Right, welcome back everybody. Treetop Barbecue here. We have a beef brisket sitting right here. It's about 9 pounds or so. And right now I'm going to be trimming the fat off. A lot of fat on it. And we're going to see, just kind of trim it down and season it up. And we're going to be putting on a smoker here. Right now it's about 7:30, 7:40. We're going to be putting on the smoker here at probably about 10:30 or so p.m. And I have enough confidence in my smoker, which is a charcoal Weber Smoky Mountain smoker, that if I do the trimming right and get my coals right, then I can go ahead and just put it in there tonight about 10 o'clock, 10:30, set my dampers right, and by tomorrow morning around 8:30, I'll check it. It should be pretty close. But I've used it enough to where I know kind of where it's going to be at. And where to set the dampers to where it'll be around 225, 250 for a long time. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to just trim it down. And we'll season it and get it on a pan here. And we'll be ready to, I'm going to put it in the fridge of course. And we'll go ahead and we'll get everything kind of set up in the smoker there and then just let it go. So hold tight guys, we're going to get this set up and we'll be ready to go here in a sec. Hang tight. Alright, we're back. We got you guys get a look at this thing. Big old, pretty good size brisket here. And we're going to just trim some fat off this thing. Now, there's a big fat cap right in here. So we're just going to kind of get rid of some of that. We're not going to get rid of all of it because you don't want to get rid of all of it. You want to just kind of shave some off. You want to keep some of it because it will benefit at the end while it's cooking. It will render down and you will have more flavor that way. Some fat's good, you just don't want that much. This is really thick, so we're just going to kind of trim it off. I mean, we're trimming off a pretty good amount right now. I mean, that's pretty thick right there. This here, I'm just going to kind of cut it off at the end. I'm just going to go ahead, because this is probably really thick on the edge right here. I'm just going to kind of cut that off. And it's that hard fat, that big, that real hard fat. So we're just going to cut that off right there. And we're going to try to trim a little bit more off of this edge as we can. Like I said, you want some, you just don't want that much. It's pretty thick right in here. The worst part about this is you're paying for all this extra fat. They go by weight. So if this thing had bones, it'd be even worse. But that's just how it is. Some are really fatty, some aren't so bad. These ones here actually our Giant Eagle locally had a really good deal on these. And we were able to get 2 of them for right around $40 or so, I want to say. Around $40 or so a piece. I think that's probably good. I'm going to trim some off of this end too, because this side's pretty fatty on the other side here. I'm going to cut the meat off there, but it's got a little chunky fat section right on this side here. That off of there, most of it anyways. I like to leave some because I mean it helps you with the juices and that. It's just when you got so much of it, it just becomes a problem. Alright, so we're pretty good there, I think. Right here we're good. There's still a decent amount here, so let's try to get a little more off of this. Try to get a little more off of this little section. that should be good. I think that's good right there. There's probably a little bit more right in here. Like I said, you don't want to get rid of all of it. You just want to kind of trim some of the real thick stuff off, like the top of it. You will have some, I mean, when you cook this, you want to put this, obviously, the fat side up. This will actually kind of just render down when you're cooking it. This will be like more juice and more flavor going in to the meat and that. So we're just trying to kind of thin it out a little bit. So we just kind of go through and kind of thin this out just a little bit, not a lot. All right, I think we're looking pretty good here. It still has some, but it's kind of at a weird angle. And like I said, you don't want to get rid of all of it, but you definitely want to get rid of some of it, because it's just going to be it's going to take longer to cook that way too. So we're just going to get rid of some of it, some of the bad fat. You don't really want the real thick stuff. This real hard fat, it's like tallow, I guess you would call it. I'm not sure. So we're just going to kind of trim it out. Try to trim some of this out of there. There's something moving over here. I don't know what it is. But... Alright, so we're looking pretty good here. I think. There's a big chunk of it right here, it looks like. Try to get rid of that. So I think we're looking pretty good here. We got a decent amount of fat on it still. It's not totally like no fat at all, which you don't want. But you just kind of take your knife and just kind of, it's got to be sharp too. You just kind of graze it through there in the real thick spots, and you can just shave it right off. This is a restaurant grade knife, and it's very sharp. We don't use it a lot, but I like to use it for the stuff like this because it just shaves it right off there. So, and I forget what brand this is. I don't even know. It's got a name on it, but I can't really read it right now. So, we're going to get rid of all this fat right now. All the stuff that's right here laying around. We'll throw that out. We'll come back. We'll season it up. And we'll get it ready for the smoker. So, hold on, guys. Alright guys, we're back. We got our meat all trimmed up. Got a lot of the fat off it. Some of the fat. And now we're going to put it on a pan. Like I said, this is about, I don't know, 8 pounds or so. It's pretty hefty. Takes up the whole pan right here. Which is covered in foil because that way it's easy to clean up. Easy clean up. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some lime juice on there. That'll help break down a lot of the stuff in the meat that will make it tough. It'll help break up the tendons and that. You let that just sit for a little bit. You rub it in. You want to do the back side of it. This will not make any flavor difference at all. It's going to burn right off. It just helps with the toughness of some certain cuts, and this, you know, a lot of times the briskets, they will be tough if you don't do them right, or if you kind of mess up your cooking time or whatever. So we're just going to rub it in there. Flip it back over. And we're going to let it sit for a little while. We're going to let this sit for about 30 minutes or so, maybe a little longer. And then we're going to put the seasonings on there. And then we're going to wait for the smoker to be done, and then we'll be putting it on there, and then we're gonna basically wait till the morning. So, all right, guys, sit tight. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, we're back here with our brisket. We're just gonna be doing some basic seasoning, sea salt, some kind of a thicker black pepper. restaurant grind. And instead of using garlic, I'm going to use Kinder's wood-fired garlic on top of the seasoning. And then I'm going to use a little bit of onion and a little bit of smoked paprika. That's kind of what I do usually. So we're going to pan it down here. Hopefully it won't be too much of a shaky process. And we're just going to kind of coat this up. So we're going to, I dropped it. We're going to go with the sea salt first here. Salt with the black pepper. This stuff doesn't really come out too good, so you gotta kind of shake it. Dropped it. I dropped it. Alright. Yeah. That's probably good. Alright, so now we'll go with the this Kinder's garlic. It's called wood-fired garlic and something else. Smoked flavor or something. Put some of that on there. This is something new. I've never actually put this on a brisket before, but since I'm not using garlic powder in this one, I figured I'd try it out. See how it does. Alright, so now we'll put a little paprika there. Sometimes this stuff kind of clumps up. It's kind of clumped up, I think. Kind of get some action going on with this thing. And we're going to flip it over and do basically the exact same thing on the other side. Flip it over like that. Put it on the, this side's going to be down. Because like I said, you're going to put your fat on the outside. On the top side, I should say top side. So we're going to put some salt. I don't need too much. And some pepper. Do this pepper thing again where you got to shake the crap out of it. This pepper is, for some reason, this one here is really coarse ground, but the thing in the top, the shaker, is not big enough to let it all out. So you got to really shake the crap out of it. That's probably good. Alright, so we'll put a little bit of garlic on there. I mean, granulated onion, I mean. Man, this stuff's really getting to me, this seasoning. It can become pretty airborne pretty quick, some of it. Alright, that's our onion on there. We'll put a little bit of this Kinder's wood-fired garlic on there if you guys haven't seen that yet. You can get this at pretty much anywhere, almost, it seems like. It's pretty popular these days, it seems like. A lot of people, I've been noticing on my some of my groups I'm on Facebook, the barbecue groups and that, there are a lot of people asking about this. And they actually have a salt, pepper, garlic version of this, but I haven't used it yet, so I don't know what it's like. I don't know if it's any good or not. Alright, so now we'll put some smoked paprika on there, just kind of on top. Just kind of a coating, just not even a big coating, just kind of a sprinkle. I think you have to work, and make it work right here. Just kind of a dusting on top. You don't really need a lot of this. This is kind of a extra, but it seems to kind of clog up the whole thing. So just kind of trying to get a little bit on the outside. This stuff does clump up pretty regularly. Like every time I try to use this stuff, it comes up. So anyway, all right, we should be good here. We're gonna let this sit for a little bit. I'm gonna put it back in the fridge, and when it comes time, in about an hour or two, we got the smoker ready, and it'll be ready to go. So you guys hang tight here. We'll be back with you in a sec. All right, guys. Smoker's about ready. Right at 200 degrees. So we're gonna get our meat. A big old brisket. Yep. Big old brisket. Going on right now. Get the big old tongue from my pocket here. Try to get this thing out without dropping this. I mean, this thing is huge. Massive. So, I'm going to try to put this thing in the center here. And good. I just gotta drop something. It's just how it is. But we're gonna put it in there. It's in there right now. We're probably gonna go ahead and I'm gonna watch the temp for another hour or so, and I'm basically gonna just wait till the morning, and about maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, it should be close to done. So we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, it's been about 12 hours. It's about 9 in the morning. Look at the bark on this thing. Just want to temp it to see where we're at. Yeah, 165. About 170 right now. We still got a little ways to go. I'm going to open up my dampers a little bit. This one. Alright, I'll come back and check this thing in a little while. About another hour or two. Alright, it's been about an hour and a half since we checked it last. We checked it last time, it was about 170. And I did wrap it. See where we're at now. 180 already. 188. 191. 192. And we're looking for about 200, so we're getting pretty close. 193. 193. So we got a few more to go. Like I said, we're looking for about 200. So we'll come back and check it in about, I don't know, we'll give it about a half hour or so. Alright guys, sit tight. Alright, it's been about 35-ish minutes. we should be pretty close here. I did open my dampers up a little bit more, so we're up to around 250 something. We're actually a little over 250. Let me get a temp here. Like I said, we're looking for about 200, and we're at 199, 200, 201. Oh, we're done here. All right, I'm gonna go get something. I'll pull this off, and then we'll go over the rest of the process here in a sec here. All right, we got it off of there. I'm just gonna kind of open the foil. And you want to let this sit for about 10 minutes. And after about 10 minutes, we're gonna wrap it back up. We're gonna wrap it up in a towel and just let it sit for a while, a couple hours maybe. And then we'll try it out, see how good it is. All right, guys, finally, we're done here. We got this thing, we're gonna unwrap it right now. I'm gonna cut into it, see how we did here. So, we'll get a good look at this thing here. Sorry for all that wiggling. Let's go ahead and rotate that. Alright. Now, the trick is trying to find where how the grain's going. Usually, the grain will go diagonal, so I'm just going to cut a section of this off here. It looks pretty good. Normally I take it off of here, but maybe. Well, looks a little dry right there. Let's see here. One thing I did do, which I made a little mistake when I put this in there, is I put the fat side down. I didn't realize I did it. Looks like it might be a little dry. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Get a couple pieces cut here. Sometimes the ends are a little drier than the middle. Get some little pieces cut. Alright. See, it looks pretty good here in the middle. Got a nice bark down there. Alright. Let's get one out here. Oh yeah, nice and tender looking. Hold on, guys. It's actually not really that dry. It's pretty good. A little bit of a smoke ring there, but I mean, it's not falling apart, but it's really soft and not my best one. Definitely not my worst one. Very good. And taste the smoke real good. This is very good. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This video took a long time to make. I think we're going about almost 20 hours. Might let this sit a lot longer than I normally would. It was done pretty early in the day. But that's how it goes. So, and it's still warm actually. I had it wrapped up in a towel in the foil. And it'll usually stay warm like that for a long time. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and try to get something to wipe my hands off. I have to bring a paper towel over here. Finish cutting this up. You guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Check out my other channel, Treetop Outdoors. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. If you like outdoorsy stuff. So I know a lot of the people that watch me are actually already on my channel. That's why they are here, probably. So, anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. See you on the next one. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.